Don't perform eyeliner if the client has contacts in, right? So a lot of people wear contact lenses. Absolutely never, ever, ever tattoo an eyeliner with a client that has contact lenses in that eye. This question should be on your intake forms. You know, do they wear contacts? Do they wear glasses? If they say yes to glasses or contacts, then if they're booking an eyeliner procedure, then they need to be informed that they are to come in without their contact lenses. And they are to keep the contact lenses out of the eye for a minimum of 72 hours. I do not want, and I don't think it's smart for the client to go home and with their fingers and contact lenses start, putting contacts in and out of their eye. Just leave the eye alone. We're super strict about that here at the Girlz Inc. studio. They have to wear their glasses for a minimum of 72 hours. Minimum 72 hours. I tell them, actually, if you're comfortable in your glasses and you don't mind your glasses, just go the 5 full days. But if you hate your glasses and, you're going to be anxious to get back into your contact lenses, not before 72 hours. And that gives enough time for the tearing, the weeping to subside, the swelling and any puffiness that may be apparent to subside, for the discomfort to subside, and for their eyes to get kind of a place back to normal or close to normal. And most importantly, after 72 hours, that wound is really no longer susceptible to infection or complication, right? It takes about 72 hours for an open wound, which we create an open wound when we're tattooing, for that wound to form the epidermal crust and protect, to protect entry to the skin, a barrier to the skin, and prevent infection and complication. So that's the number one reason. So no contact lenses ever when tattooing eyes. And another thing with contact lenses, if you forget and you're doing an eye liner and that client has their contact lens in, and when we're working, we try to do our best not to get anesthetic in the eye, not to get pigment in the eye. We wipe, we blot, we work clean. We try to avoid all that. But let's face it, I don't know if I've ever tattooed an eyeliner, and I've done well over 5,000 of them. I don't know if I've ever tattooed one where I didn't get some anesthetic in the eye, if I didn't get some pigment in the eye. That's why we flush at the end of the procedure. We do our best not to, but you do, because it's right there on the eye area. The eye is tearing and things just get in the eye. But if that client has contact lenses in, then that anesthetic, that pigment can move, get under the contact lens, get trapped under that contact lens. And then what do you think happens to that anesthetic and to that area of the eye? Right? Just like the barrier tape. Why? When you put barrier tape over anesthetic, when you're numbing a brow, it heats up, warms up the anesthetic, heats up the skin, it creates heat. And that's what that contact lens does. It's the anesthetic could get, a little warmer. That anesthetic can get trapped under that contact lens. The pupil's right there, and the eyeball can get dilated, the pupil can get dilated, and there can be issues and complications that you just didn't expect, you're not ready for, and you sure as hell don't want. So that's why contact lenses are a huge no-no when we're tattooing eyeliners. So just always make sure your client doesn't have contact lenses in. And like I said, make sure they keep them out for the 72 hours after the eyeliner procedure. And you will get clients in that bitch and whine because they don't like to be in their glasses, right? That some people just don't like how they look in their glasses. And I've had a few clients try to talk me into putting their contacts in right after the eyeliner procedure. I swear I'll wash my hands, I'll be careful. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. It ain't happening. Not on my watch. 72 hours. All right. Don't perform eyeliner if the client has fake eyelashes in, eyelash extensions, or, fake eyelashes of any kind. No way, right? No way. And it's the same kind of issue as contact lenses. Putting contact lenses in right after a procedure, I think that increases the risk of infection and complication. Eyelash extensions on the eye while we're tattooing can cause the same thing. It can absolutely increase the risk of infection and complication, right? Eyelash extensions. There's glue on those eyelash extensions. They're using glue which have formaldehyde and who knows what in that glue to adhere that eyelash for a long period of time, or even if it's a temporary. Chemicals, formaldehyde, and all kinds of things in that glue. We don't want to take any risk and implant, getting that formaldehyde implanted into the lash line, into the skin. And the eyelash itself, what are the eyelashes themselves made of? They're synthetic. I don't really know what they're made of. I'm sure you can go online and Google what are eyelashes made of. And I'm sure there's, different types of eyelashes that you can purchase that are made from, different materials. But anyway, you just don't want to tattoo over fake eyelashes and risk implanting fake eyelashes into the skin, and then skin grows over it. Right in your eyeliner design. That absolutely can increase the risk for infection and complication. So always have your client, I just tell my client to let your eyelashes fall out naturally. I don't want them to go get them actually removed, because then the eye is irritated because they have to use a solvent that loosens up that glue. And I've had some clients get super irritated once they got their eyelashes removed. The process irritated the skin in that area. And, eyelashes are money. It costs people money. So get your money's worth out of them. Just have the client wear them. Wait till every last eyelash falls off. Once the last eyelash naturally falls off, then I tell my client, call me, email me, and then we'll book you 2 or 3 weeks out. And why I like to wait 2 or 3 weeks after all the eyelashes have fallen off is to allow that skin to breathe and get a little bit back to normal. Because how long was it, did it have glue on the area? So, and when, too many people, a ton of people that are wearing eyelash extensions for an extended period of time are ending up with skin conditions, skin irritations, and skin problems because the glue and the eyelashes are on that skin, covering that skin for extended periods of time. And sometimes skin doesn't like adhesive on it for that long, right? Mm-hmm. And so the skin can be a little bit irritated once eyelashes fall off. The skin can be a little bit dry, a little bit irritated, a little bit inflamed, and just not quite itself. So I want that skin to get back to its normal self. And so it needs a little bit of time to do that. So usually 2-3 weeks. And just tell your client, unless the client knows the area looks red or irritated or inflamed, then of course you're going to wait longer. But a good procedure definitely, you definitely need the skin to be in good condition. That's super important. That skin you want it to be super healthy and in great condition before you tattoo it. Okay, so no contacts, no fake eyelashes, and I don't allow clients to be currently actively using lash serums. I think that is a big big no-no when it comes to tattooing eyeliners. Lash serums, especially the ones that require prescription, like Letizia. Not to pick on Letizia, but it's the only one I can think of offhand that requires a prescription. But there's been issues. There's been issues with the lash serums. We've had issues with the skin being way too delicate, bleeding the minute our needle touches it. There's just been lots and lots of documented issues amongst PMU artists that tattoo eyeliners. And we've been talking about this topic and this issue for well over 10 years, since lash serums hit the scene. Us techs that tattoo eyeliners, we noticed, something's going on with these lash serums. So whether it's prescription, over the counter, we ask that in our intake form. And if they are currently using lash serums, they have to come off the lash serum. They have to be off the lash serum 4 to 6 weeks before we will do their procedure. And then they have to remain off the lash serum for 4 to 6 weeks after the procedure has healed. So super strict when it comes to lash serums.